Hey there, beauties. So as promised, here is a video of how I give my kiddos manicures. I have a 18-month-old and then a 4-year-old, and then I also have a 8-year-old. Okay, so I'm going to take you through the process of me doing their manicures. I will let you know just a little bit about the tools and the supplies that I'm using. I'll be using a file, a buffer on my daughter, and then I'll also be using cuticle nippers on all of them, okay? A cuticle nippers is not something to play around with. I know a lot of people use them the improper way, but I'm going to show you how to properly and safely use them on each child because there is going to be a difference. But one of the main things that you need to remember is I'm on the younger two, I'm using the tip of the cuticle nippers, and I'll take you through how I do that. It's my 18-month-old son's nails, which I feel like his nails are like switchblades. Like, I really don't have no clue why their nails are so sharp. And so we want to trim his nails, and we want to do it. I would set your clock or set your watch to at least every 3 to 4 days. What I'm doing, because he is moving quite a lot, okay? I am holding my finger, like my index finger, and I'm pulling back his skin. Listen, this is like a game changer for trimming a infant, toddler, all of that. They don't want you to do it, okay? I don't know why it gets on their nerves, but they don't want you to do it. So you have to make sure that you pull back the skin and be sure to get these corners, okay? Because that will trick you. You will get the middle of the nail thinking, okay, it's not sharp, it's de-armed, we ready to go. And then they end up with a scratch on their face. No, pull back the skin, get those corners, and make sure that you're filling around the nail to make sure that you can, get majority of it off, so that can at least get you an extra day. Okay, an extra day. That's probably all you're gonna get. You have to trim their nails anywhere between 3 to 4 days apart, or it's going to creep back up on you, and you will see that they will be scratching themselves or scratching their siblings or you. It's not going to be a good thing, okay? All right, so I'm getting this thumb. Again, remember to pull back the skin so you can get that corner really, really good. And you all, listen, that this is the rhythm, all right? And I make sure that I go in. There is on the nail, there is something that is the technical term for it is a free edge. You don't want any free edge when it comes to infants, toddlers, or anything of that nature. All right, so here comes my 4-year-old son, okay? And as you all know, toddlers get into even more. And then as they get older, they get into even more. Okay, so more and more and more. So he has dirt up under his nails. I'm about to give everybody a bath, but I decided to do this part first so that they can go to bed. Okay, so I am trimming his nails, again, pulling back. He's a lot more calmer because he knows this is what we do. So he's a lot more calmer, but he does get antsy around this too. So I try to move as swiftly as I possibly can. I'm also wanting to make sure that I show you that I'm getting his corners of his nails as well. And just making sure that I get as close to his nail plate as I possibly can without cutting him. And the huge part of not cutting them is doing what I'm doing with my index finger, which is pulling back the skin. That way it's very, very visible. The nail is very, very visible, okay? And again, make sure you catch those corners. Also, it really helps me to feel around on the fingertips with my thumb on the opposite hand, so that way I can just make sure I'm not missing any sharpness of the nail. I would like to also mention that the thumbs can be a little tricky, okay? Especially if there is a curvature of the kiddo's nails. that you want to make sure that you're working with the tip of the nippers, okay? The tip of the nippers, the cuticle nippers, that's what these are called. You want to make sure that you're working with the tip of the nippers, and that way you're able to get into those corners of the nail that may bend downward or inward, almost like an ingrown type of thing. Because, all nails are not the same shape. They're not the same size. All of that will vary. So you want to make sure that you take the corners of, or the tip of the nipper, the pointer part of the nipper, and use that to trim the nail. And you'll see that I'm doing it right here. Just using the tip of it, not the whole thing. I'm cutting it in sections. So again, not the whole thing, taking it bit by bit, but using wisdom and being efficient to make sure that I get the nail trimmed as low as possible without cutting the skin. Again, pull back that skin because they're not gonna be happy if we cut them, okay? So pull back that skin and get that nail cut as short as possible so it can get you a few extra days. Now with my 4-year-old son, I'm able to go about a week and a half, and then I need to go ahead and go back in and trim them down a little bit more. The reason why I don't suggest using nail clippers is because typically they have a curve to them, and because they have that curve, typically you're going to pick up some skin. And that's where the kiddo bleeds and different things of that nature. And it's a lot more drama than what you want to deal with. Okay. So I'm encouraging you to grab one of the nail kits that I have, and it encompasses everything you need to be able to take care of your kiddo's manicure as well as your own. All right, so when I am giving my daughter a manicure, one of the things that I make sure that I do, especially if she's going to be wearing polish, is I only trim down to the ball of her fingertips, just to make sure that she has just a little length, a little dainty length. She is getting older, and she's always been dainty, but she's definitely more into how her nails look and stuff. And so I want to make sure that I leave her a little length. And you may not know what the ball is, so here is a picture of what the ball of the fingertips, or at least that's what I call it. And it's my measurement of how long her nails should be, okay? So I hope this nail training has helped you in caring for your kiddos' nails. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in the foot care for kiddos. Just wanted to be of a resource to you. Please like, share, subscribe. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for watching.